Hi, I'm Colleen Cherie, and I was feeling majestic today in the hair department, and I've been trying to stay in flow and go with the freaking flow instead of tormenting myself, which is what you do when you have trichotillomania, right? So I've been hearing, hey, do a video on trichotillomania since you seem to have conquered it and your hair is now majestic. So I wanted to do that. Now, lipstick wise, I probably will get it all over my Scorpio moon fangs, but that's another problem for another day. So like if you see it, just drop me, let me know, hey, you have red lipstick all over your teeth. But I thought it was pretty. I think the lipstick is pretty. I'm sorry I get it all over my fangs every time I wear it. Anyway, I'm not going to stop wearing it. What I wanted to talk about today was something I suffered with for years, and it's called trichotillomania. And like if you clicked on this because of the tag, then you already know that anyway. You know what it is and how miserable it can make you. And I just wanted to relay something because that's what I like to do, is express my thoughts and feelings, particularly on the internet, because I had been so dang quiet earlier in life, and it led me nowhere good, in part to pulling out my hair. But anyway, let me sit up straight. Doesn't my hair look majestic today? This is a girl, lady, who from the age of 11 on, and you always hear it, it's always 11, which is puberty, right? It's like when you're shoved out there and you're supposed to be independent and you're more cognizant and accountable and mindful, and you're like, so what do? If you're like me, rip out your fucking hair. For years, this is your response. And then you get made fun of and bullied, and then mostly bring upon shame and despair and misery to yourself. If you're like me, like I didn't fucking feel good when I was doing it. I don't think anybody did. There's like, support groups and stuff where we put on various hair coverings and shit, but like, and say, hey, way to go, oh, you're doing good. But like, if you're pulling out your hair, you're not doing good. Like, it fucking sucks, and you don't want to do it ever again, and you want to grow your majestic hair back. Do you not? Okay, well, as a shamanatrix, I like to look at the root of all energetic problems. I don't have the answer to all disorders and ailments in life. Like, if you are Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves and your leg needs to be cut off because it's infected and oozing pus and stuff, like, I don't really have a shamaнаtrixy answer for that other than don't engage in war. But we don't have to get into that. Talking about trichotillomania. So as a shamaнаtrixy lady, I like to look at the root of basically everything, but lately I've been looking at the root of all my various mental struggles in life. And I am also an astrologist, so I happen to have a Virgo sun, which is Mercury, and then a shit ton of Libra all over the place, and some Gemini, which is what? More air than Mercury. Virgo is Earth, thank God. It grounds me a little bit, but I actually have a deficiency of Earth in my chart. I realized I'm up in the air, up in my head, and at the time, from 11 to like 38, ripping out my hair. And I mean bad. I mean like bad in elementary school, and then it wanned for a little bit, like a moon, wanting moon, which is not what I am. I'm a waxing crescent Scorpio moon with Scorpio things. And the reason I like to dig into this kind of shit is the Scorpio moon. I like to excavate and look for the root of the problem and then shine unconditional love on it to dispel fear. The Sagittarius rising in me likes to look at the big picture. And so to do that, I just break things down into love and fear. It's easier for me, okay? Because if I don't, then I Virgo, analyze, and get lost and mired down in the details. And I heard shit. Maybe somebody can teach me how to keep lipstick off my things. But anyway, I heard to express my shamaнаtrixy thoughts on trich. And here they are. Do you know how you like pulling out the root? That's why you do it. You pull out the root, and then you put it like on your lips or somewhere super sensitive so you can feel that root. And you feel like this glorious release and euphoria when you pull it out. And then like you'll bite it off and like fucking throw it away. You want to feel it on your teeth or your gums or your mouth. You feel it like the root, and then you discard of it. This is what we do when we have trich. And your friends are sitting around thinking like, Why are you fucking eating your hair? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not really eating your hair, although some people do get like hairballs and shit. Then you have fucking intestinal problems. In addition to being bald and hating yourself. But I didn't do that. I would just throw it and it would get all over my fucking stuff. Kind of like this lipstick is on my teeth. Kind of like that. I'm not going to take it off. I like this lipstick. I do what I want. It took me a long time to get to that point. But anyway. Topic at hand. So I was thinking about that, how obsessed we are with the root, and all your friends are like, doesn't that fucking hurt? What are you fucking doing that for? Why are you eating hair? Oh my God, doesn't that hurt? And you're like, no. Or maybe you don't tell them that, but you're like, oh my God, I love the feeling of that fucking root coming out of my fucking head. Well, what do you think you're doing? You're trying to get to the root of your anxiety. This occurred to me the other day. It fucking occurred to me. I was like, oh, just like the root of any other fucking bad relationship, sexual abuse, psychological terror, whatever the fuck you've experienced in your life, you need to shine a light on it, look it straight in the face, and then try to transmute it. You can transmute it if you shine a light, your own light, which is intrinsic. It's right here. It's in your heart. It's the light of your creator, and it's always there. And if it gets dim, just call on your creator to give you strength and shine. Okay? Because that's your actual origin. That's your actual root. What you're trying to pull out, God, maybe you were like a peacekeeper. Maybe you are fragmented in a million different places from various, like I said, psychological, sexual, and whatever the fuck kinds of traumas that you experienced. Well, guess what you have on you? Shame, anxiety, depression, terror, all these things that make you react instead of respond with unconditional love in life. You react out of fear. Here's what's cool. This shit that you have on you is not necessarily yours. When people do that kind of stuff to you, and we don't even have to hate on them. I'm just saying they do it for their own reasons. Let's not worry about that right now. Well, really, basically, they're transferring trauma. They're transferring trauma down and shame and guilt. Those are horrible emotions. I mean, they're here. So, okay. I don't know. Let's not judge any things. Let's just look at things in fear or love. If you dwell in guilt and shame, it's going to kind of be your undoing. Then you're going to go down into despair. I just want you to know that shame that you have, or the guilt, just shine a light on it with love. Admit it and ask the creator to take it so that you're free to focus on what's majestic about you. Your gifts, your talents, your kindness, your inner beauty if you don't feel beautiful after you ripped your fucking hair out. Your ability to make decisions within the context, like I like to say, of your natal chart. Like, we have free will within the context of our natal chart. Your ability to respond with love, with unconditional love instead of fear. Basically what I'm trying to say, and I may have rambled a little bit, is that you are trying to pull out the root of your anxiety. It could be something not as traumatic as what I'm talking about. It could just be you don't feel free to express, or you don't feel free to study what you want or go in the career direction that you want, or basically express yourself. So you're desperately digging at the root of the problem and you've turned on yourself rather drastically in this kind of case. It's the same thing people do with drug use. I think. This is all my opinion, by the way, and it's my channel, so I get to say it. I think that people do it with alcohol, heroin, etc., 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 etc. I know I have. I was a drunk. I've been sober 11 years from alcohol, and I don't like weed, and I've never done street drugs. The only thing I do anymore is sometimes I get headaches, and I take Excedrin, and I do drink coffee. So I have a bit. I like caffeine, and caffeine is a stimulant which speeds up energy so that you can focus. And that has its problems because it speeds up your fucking energy. It can age you, and, you know, we've seen faces of meth. That's what that is. Not as drastic, it's fucking caffeine, but I'm saying I'm not perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect. But anyway, all I wanted to say about trich is that if you're in despair, back it up way bigger picture, like Sagittarius picture, and ask yourself, what the hell are you anxious about? What are you avoiding? Maybe it's something you don't even remember. Maybe it happened to you pre-verbal. Maybe your parents were dragging each other around by the hair like cave people and smashing your Sesame Street plates. Maybe it's the first thing you saw out of your little crib, which is ironic because you were holding onto the bars, peering out, right? Going, what in the hell planet did I come to? Why? Prison planet. Anyway, it doesn't always have to be like that because, I don't know. I just want you to have more power. I want you to know that any shame or guilt, anxiety that you have, maybe it's yours, maybe it's generational, energetic passing down. Maybe it was literally put on you by somebody else because they had the same issues growing up and they didn't know what to do with it. And I'm sorry that they didn't make the decision to do better, to look inside and call upon their creator and their own light and not siphon the light of a child or another or try to put it out. That's usually what happens energetically. And I'm not speaking ritualistically, I'm speaking like deviant, not even aware what's going on. We're just handing it down. So if you want to do better for yourself, hair-wise, think about it next time you want to pull out the root. Think about turning on your lights and shining it on the root of the issue. And then it can begin to transmute this root into love. And then the desire to pull out this root will dissipate and basically disappear. You won't have to wear a little bracelet like I wore to shock yourself when you reach up to your hair, which didn't work because it was punitive and reactive. It didn't work. You have to get to the root, the source. That's my view as a shamanatrix poet lady with a lot of cool ass hair right now. I do not have the desire to pull out my hair. I do not have the desire to drink. I do not wish to spiral down into feelings of guilt and shame and despair ever again. I'm not saying I don't get fucking sad and depressed sometimes. Those are human emotions. You're supposed to feel your emotions. They're markers of the soul. They're leading you somewhere. They want you to shine a light on something and follow it. Okay? I feel compelled to share this because I'm really proud of myself and I like having hair. I feel gorgeous most days. And it got bad. It got really, really bad. I felt overwhelmed, out of control, and then outrageous shame and self-loathing when I would look at myself in the mirror and have to wear ugly wigs, ugly, unnatural looking, different colored wigs that would get all nappy and nasty and hot under a wig cap, covering up your beautiful crown chakra where you download beautiful information from spirit and from your creator. Yeah. So I don't wish that for you or anyone. And instead, like I said, let's use light to look at the root of problems, especially this one, Trichotillomania. So thank you for listening to me and have a beautiful day with your own majestic self. Bye.